Yeah, well, I actually fell asleep while chasing this platinum. And no, it's no joke. This is the start of my difficulty challenge series, going from the easiest 1 out of 10 all the way through to the hardest 10 out of 10 platinums. And if the very first game put me to sleep, you can only imagine what's going to happen next. I'll probably cry and then fall asleep. Welcome to the series, and this is episode 1 of the Difficulty Platinum Challenge. The whole idea is simple. We're going to start with the 1 out of 10 and work all the way up to a 10 out of 10 difficulty. So thank you for voting for this, because this is really going to test me. Today, we're kicking things off with a game where the only thing harder than earning the platinum was staying awake long enough to get it. This year, I decided to start fresh. I created a brand new PlayStation account just for this channel, the PS Game Plan. I know I've had a few accounts in the past where I've lost track of them over the years, especially in my teenage days, but this time it's different. This account is dedicated entirely to our platinum journey. I want you all to experience this from the very beginning with me, whether you're new to trophy hunting or just along for the ride. As I said, it's a fresh start and I'm excited to have you all on the journey. And when I started this account, I made a video all about creating a new account for the PlayStation. You can check out the video, but before you ditch here, make sure you drop a like and watch this first. When I was planning this series, I didn't just want to grab the easiest platinum I could find. I mean, sure, I could have kicked things off with My Name is Mayo 2, but I didn't really want to click another jar of platinum for a good hour straight. That's not what this series is about. I wanted a 1 out of 10 difficulty game that still felt like a real journey. Something that had choices, something that had story, something that had a bit of action to it as well. And yes, when the characters actually matter. And that's why I went with this one, because at least here, the decisions have weight, even when the trophies don't. Telltale Batman is less about quick reflexes in some sense, but it's more about story and dialogue and the choices you make. Essentially, if you finish the game, you finish the platinum. No missables, no side objectives. Every trophy is tied to completing certain points of the episodes, which makes this one of the most accessible platinums out there. A perfect way to start the journey. Sweet, so Batman Telltale, this is meant to take us 8 hours, 12 hours. We'll see how we go, but let's just give it our best shot and see where time takes us. In our first episode, Batman crashes a break-in at Gotham City Hall. This is where we first clash with mercenaries and of course cross paths with Catwoman. The two of us fight over a stolen drive from the mayor's safe, and let's just say it's the start of a complicated relationship. As Bruce Wayne, the political side of things kicks in. I'm backing Harvey Dent's mayoral campaign, shaking hands and smiling for the cameras. As Bruce Wayne, you're rubbing elbows with Harvey Dent, trying to clean up Gotham's politics, while also brushing shoulders with crime boss Carmine Falcone. But this episode also reintroduces an old friend, Oswald Cobblepot. It's a reunion that feels more like a warning. Gotham's about to get messy. And then comes one of the best moments of the whole series for me. Bruce and Selina finally unmask each other. I find out she's Catwoman, and she finds out I'm Batman. I won't do it again. It's a dangerous kind of chemistry, the kind of reveal that changes the way every future scene plays out. Now, here's where my platinum journey takes a unique turn. Just as the game shifts into detective mode, literally piecing together evidence, I earned what I like to call my first sleeping trophy. Yep, I dozed off mid-investigation. At least it was in character. Batman is supposed to be a detective, and I was clearly deep in thought. After waking up, things heat up fast. I break an arm, interrogating a thug to deliver intel straight to Commissioner Gordon, building that alliance early on. Then we infiltrate one of Falcone's sleazy parties, mingling with Gotham's worst, and that's where I uncover shocking intel. Bruce Wayne's parents aren't as squeaky clean as I grew up believing. That revelation plants the seeds for a much darker story than I actually expected from a so-called easy platinum.
What have you been hiding from me? Alfred!
One episode down. 5 to go. 4 to go. 5 to go. Episode 2 wastes no time raising the stakes. We open with a flashback sequence right at the place where Bruce's parents were murdered. The detective mode kicks in here, piecing together their final moments, and I actually was in pure shock. I had nothing to say. Just me watching Bruce's trauma unfold. It hit differently, seeing it this way. I chose to have Bruce personally visit Falcone, and the moment quickly went sideways. An officer suddenly shoots Falcone in his hospital bed. It's shocking enough, but I had to have a little laugh afterwards, because right after, I got distracted by the most hilarious little graphical detail. Commissioner Gordon's cigarette smoke. Yeah, it looked like it was straight out of a PS2 cutscene. Back on the detective grind, I traced the attack back to Officer Montoya. She's drugged, confused, and pleads her innocence, which adds another layer to the mystery. Meanwhile, Vicky Vale presses Bruce for information. But even early on, you can tell something feels off about her. Back at the Batcave, Bruce pieces together the evidence while Oswald Cobblepot makes a power play. He takes over Falcone's old building, and Batman responds the only way he knows how. Then comes a confrontation with Oswald himself. This isn't the childhood friend Bruce once knew, where he unleashes his hulking bodyguard. Later, things shift to a fight scene straight out of a classic brawler. Batman and Selina take on goons in a bar after I warn her she's in danger. After popping a few trophies along the way, chemistry between Bruce and Selina grows stronger. The relationship really starts taking shape here. As Bruce, I pay a visit to Mayor Hill, and here's where the game gave me another laugh. His PA glitched out and suddenly had no hair. All jokes aside, this is where Bruce uncovers Hill's corruption and his ties to the Wayne's family's darker history. Batman warns Commissioner Gordon that the mayoral debate is about to turn bloody. I even declined providing financial support for Harvey's campaign. It just didn't feel right. When the debate finally kicks off, Catwoman arrives to back me up. Together, we sneak through, take out more goons, and stumble on dead detectives before Penguin himself hijacks the event. Vicky Vale is taken hostage, and Batman has to plan his attack carefully. The fallout is brutal. Mayor Hill was killed, and I'm forced into a heart-wrenching choice. Save Harvey Dent or Selina Kyle. I saved Catwoman, which left Harvey scarred and marked in the beginning of his Two-Face transformation. And just like that, episode 2 closes on chaos. But instead of shutting down for the night, I was staring at the screen debating something else entirely. Do I keep playing or finally go to bed? The Platinum Grind waits for no one. Episode 3 opens with Bruce visiting Harvey in the hospital. Selina's with me, but she refuses to actually go in and see him. Awkward love triangle vibes kicking in already. The conversation quickly turns to Oswald, who's climbing Gotham's power ladder faster than anyone expected. Then comes a milestone, the first ever bat signal. Gordon calls for backup chasing leads on the children of Arkham. But here's when the Platinum Grind really got me. I started dozing off mid-scene, realizing I probably should have just gone to bed. Honestly, at this point, I felt like I deserved a trophy, just for the number of naps that I'd racked up. The next time I loaded up, I actually had to rewatch the same cutscene just to remember what happened. Back on track, I side with Montoya during a standoff and save her from an attack. Meanwhile, as Bruce, I head to Wayne Tower to meet with Lucius, but the board isn't exactly thrilled. They're moving to remove me as CEO of Wayne Enterprises. However, Lucius reveals something even worse. Wayne Tech has been compromised. The children of Arkham are listening, watching, tracking everything. On the bright side, Lucius sets me up with new gadgets before Regina breaks the bad news officially, and Oswald is announced as the new CEO of Wayne Enterprises. I technically had the chance to speak up, but I might have slept through part of it. And let's just say some choices weren't exactly mine. And to be fair, when you play late at night, that's what happens. Evicted from Wayne Tower, I retreat to the Batcave, quite literally debating whether it's bedtime. But instead, I press on. As Batman, we head to the train depot to figure out what the children of Arkham are really up to. A fight escalates, Batman takes serious damage going up against Lady Arkham, only to be saved by Catwoman. A trophy pops here, which is a small relief for just taking a beating. We head back to Selina's apartment where she tends to Bruce's injuries. There's a moment where things could have gone further between them, but being a married man, I stayed loyal. Morning comes and I snoop around Selina's apartment before Harvey bursts in. His jealousy and anger boil over, and this is where he really starts to unravel into full-on Two-Face. Meanwhile, Selina decides to leave town, at least on the surface, but Bruce sways her to stay at the manor. After speaking my mind at an event, resigning as the CEO, Vicky injects in what turns out to be her drug, and suddenly Bruce loses all control, violently lashing out at Oswald. It's a mental, chaotic cliffhanger, and another episode down with a trophy to prove it. I'll be honest with you, by the time I hit episode 4, my motivation was gone. I must have tried at least 3 or 4 nights to get this thing going. Every time I booted it up, I just felt done with it. But I pushed through, and thank goodness I did, because this is where things get wild. Bruce wakes up in Arkham Asylum, and this is where we meet John Doe. Yes, the Joker. Joker in the house. Where's this gonna go? Even locked up, he oozes chaos, getting inside Bruce's head right away. He asks for a favor, and before long, he sparks a fight with Victor Zsasz. It turns into an all-out brawl, and that ends with me knocked back into my cell.
Seems you have a visitor.
Alfred eventually shows up to pull strings, freeing Bruce just in time, because Harvey Dent has fully lost it, turning Gotham against Bruce Wayne. People are so stirred up by Harvey's rhetoric that they actually attack Bruce's car in the streets. Luckily, Bruce makes it out without a scratch, but the city is slipping further away. Back at Wayne Manor, things get even worse. Selina decides she's leaving Gotham for good this time, and you can feel Bruce's double life crumbling around him. But there's no time to rest. Batman jumps straight back into work, chasing the children of Arkham to the Vale household. What we find there is brutal. Vicky's parents murdered in cold blood. Gore warning here, because the game doesn't hold back. Among the carnage, there's a boy traumatized by what he's seen. Just as we're processing, Wayne Tech droids attack. The GCPD end up showing up, and any evidence has been given to them. Meanwhile, Bruce confronts Harvey on a rooftop, only to watch him blow up a site where the children of Arkham were supposedly plotting.
Do it. What the hell did you do?
Harvey has gone completely over the edge. Bruce gets captured, dragged to the alley where his parents were killed, and is seconds away from execution. But just when things look over, Commissioner Gordon saves the day once again, proving why he's one of Gotham's real heroes. Back at Wayne Manor, it all comes full circle. Batman finally confronts Harvey directly. Harvey rants about destroying everything the Waynes left behind, but Batman is relentless.
Not when I needed it. You let that maniac penguin maim me!
The showdown ends with Harvey's downfall, another step closer to Gotham's uneasy peace, and also another trophy. One more episode to go. I think I'm ready to close this one off and step up to level 2. The children of Arkham are tearing Gotham apart now, and Peter Grogan takes a bullet protecting Batman. Cobblepot has leveled up his tech, and I chose to confront him as Bruce. A tense standoff unfolds between cops, drones, and Penguin, but I play the distraction card while Gordon disables the adapter. After a brutal QTE showdown, Penguin's reign finally ends with his arrest. You think Gotham could breathe again, but it's Gotham. Back at Wayne Manor, Alfred and I reflect on the past, digging into Vicky's files to separate truth from manipulation.
Vicky wants to bypass the security at a Gotham landmark. But without a man inside Wayne Enterprises, she can't unlock that door remotely. She'll have to get her hands dirty.
3. Let's have a quick look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Platinum. Okay. Just when it feels like closure, Selina pops back up, stealing a master key. I block her off, take it back, and say my real goodbyes to her. But then, things get personal.
Bruce! Lady Arkham! She's here! I tried to keep them out, but...
Alfred? Alfred!
Oh, not again.
Alfred!
Massive Alfred. Alfred is taken, and nobody messes with Alfred. A clue leads me back to the Fales house, where I uncover horrifying roots of Vicky's trauma. It's sickening, but it sets up the final showdown. Returning to Arkham, Batman tears through the children of Arkham, surviving only with Gordon's backup. Should we go?
This ends now.
Finally, I find Alfred, bloodied and barely hanging on.
Prove that you can. Take off your mask. Let me see the man you really are. You're only a piece in the bigger game, but you're the only piece I have left.
It all comes down to one last QTE duel with Vicky Vale, and she's done. Alfred survives, Gotham survives, and Bruce reclaims Wayne Enterprises, publicly owning up to his father's sins. The last twist, John Doe the Joker makes one more move, targeting Gordon. But by then, my story with Telltale's Batman was complete, and my Platinum Trophy unlocked. Done, dusted, never again. So how does this Platinum measure up in the grand scheme of things. For anyone else, probably effortless. For me, it was a battle of the body and the mind, and yes, my eyelids. You don't need guides, you don't need skills, and apparently you don't even really need to be awake. Telltale's Batman was a ride that started strong. At the end of it, and looking back at it, I really enjoyed the story. However, it really tested my patience as I went on. The detective elements, the big choices, the QTEs, they really kept me going, and that story definitely picked up towards the end. Definitely had some humor with some of those graphics and those glitches. It does really bring back those old school vibes. You know, as a Telltale game, I thought it'd be great, but I realized that, narrative games, they might not really be for me anymore. I think playing them in a different concept rather than a challenge would be better, but because I felt like I just wanted to get through the game, the experience felt incredibly long. For me, that 1 out of 10 platinum was a great choice and a bad choice. It's a platinum that really introduces you into the world of trophy hunting without a punishing experience. And with that wraps up episode 1 of the difficulty challenge. Telltale Batman Platinum is officially mine and done. So next time things are going to ramp up. We move on from platinums in your sleep to something that really tests your focus a little bit more. And the bonus, it's been recommended by one of you. So stick around, because by the end of the series, we'll be facing some of the hardest platinums PlayStation has to offer. Thanks for watching, and while you wait, make sure you check out one of these videos here. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one.